All right, good afternoon. I was about to say good morning, but it's not morning anymore. Good afternoon, everybody. So, let me describe exactly what we're going to do with our food diary information here. So what you're looking at on the screen is the document that I've created from Google Spreadsheet or Google Sheets, whatever they call it. And this is the information that I want you to record and track from the meal that you wrote down on your sheet of paper the other day. I believe it was Thursday that you were supposed to track your meals. Okay, so I'm just going to give you a couple simple things. So first of all, what you see here on the left-hand side, I've broken it down into breakfast, lunch, dinner, any snacks that you've had, and then on the bottom here, I put liquids. Okay, in this column, column B, we've got the food item. In column C, the total servings, and this is going to be important. What I was originally going to do is write this down as quantity. But to simplify and to help you out, I think the best way to look at it is in servings, because this now allows you to easily multiply whatever it is that you were eating. In the right-hand side, total fat, then cholesterol in column E, sodium in column F, total carbohydrates in column G, and protein in column H. I decided to take out saturated fat and trans fat only because we're not there yet. We're not ready for that information. The other thing is under total carbohydrates, you will see oftentimes that they include dietary fiber. We're going to talk about fiber a little bit later on, but for right now, I wanted to keep this as simple as possible. Okay, so, excuse me, the first thing that I want everybody to do before you even think about getting started, come up here to File, scroll down, click Make a Copy. Okay, this is going to be Kinsey's Saturday Food Diary. Okay, just as an example for us. So I'm going to hit OK, it saves it to my drive. It pops it up, and then what I want you to do up here is go ahead and close out the original that I made for y'all. Please don't forget to make a copy. Please, please, pretty please, make your own copy. So I'm going to start with this information right here. We're going to start with breakfast. Okay, so today for breakfast, I decided because I'm cheap and I didn't want to pay for a whole thing of Fruity Pebbles, that I would have something from Kroger called Fruity Crisp. So it's the same thing, but I'm going to write this down as Fruity Crisp cereal. Okay. My total number of servings, and by the way, sorry, I'm going to pause here. When you see this and your column has gone a little bit too big, or the information in the column has gone a little bit too big, come up here in between B and C and you just double click and it will resize it for you just like that. So I'm now looking on the back of the Fruity Crisp cereal bag, and what I see on the very, very top is there's a thing that says serving size. Serving size for Fruity Crisp cereal is 1 cup. Well, of course, I'm not going to eat just 1 serving. I actually had 3 servings. And I think I'm about to gross myself out here when I look at all this information. So I'm going to hit 3 servings, and then I'm going to tab over to total fat. Now when you look at what it says here, it says next to total fat, per 1 cup of cereal, it is 0.5 grams. Well, I didn't have 1 serving, I had 3 servings. And so for me, I'm going to multiply the 0.5 grams by 3, so that's going to give me 1.5, and then I'm going to put G for grams. Okay? Actually, yeah, no, that'll work perfectly. Next, under cholesterol, it says 0 milligrams. For sodium, it says, wow, this is the big one, 190 milligrams. So that is quite a bit, and what I'm going to do is take 190, multiply it by 3, and that's going to give me 570 milligrams of sodium. That's scary, y'all. That's a lot. That's way too much sodium. I should probably not eat this anymore. I'm going to go over to total carbohydrates. Okay? On this one, it says 36 grams is the single serving. But again, remember, I had 3 servings, so we do 36 times 3. That's going to give me 108 grams of carbohydrates that I had in my breakfast cereal. Okay? Protein. I scroll over, and protein has 2 grams, again, multiplied by 3. That gives me 6 grams. So, just in my cereal alone, I had all of this information. Okay? Now, one of the things that you can do is you can add in your milk. Okay? So, here at our house, we use whole milk. So what I'm going to do is, in this case, I'm going to put whole milk. Now, sometimes, especially if you eat at a restaurant, they will include some of this information. Like if you were to eat spaghetti at a restaurant, they're probably going to give you the information as spaghetti with meat sauce, spaghetti with tomato sauce, because they portion all that stuff out for you. You don't get to choose. In this case, since I can pour my own milk and I can choose how much milk I put in my cereal, I need to account for that. So we are going to go ahead and do that real quick. Okay, so looking at the back of the milk carton here, again, it says my serving size is 1 cup. So in this particular instance, I know that I put 2 cups of milk in with my 3 cups of cereal. I still like my cereal to be a little bit crunchy and not entirely soggy, so I'm going to put 2. I had 2 cups, and actually, I forgot to do this up here. It should say cups right here. I'm going to put cups because that was the serving on milk. And then I'm going to go over. Total fat from this for 1 serving is 5 grams. Okay? So we had 2 servings. That's going to make 10 grams of fat. Cholesterol, it says 20 milligrams. Again, times 2, 40 milligrams. Tabbing over, sodium. Sodium is 115 milligrams, so times 2, that's 230 milligrams of sodium. Total carbohydrates, 12 grams times 2, that's 24 grams. And last but not least, protein, 8 grams times 2, that's going to be 16 grams. Okay? So I have my information there for my breakfast. Again, remember that with breakfast, you also likely are going to have a drink. We had water here, and so what you would want to do is come down here and put water, right? And we'll just say 3 cups of water over the course of breakfast. And, well, obviously, all of this should be zeros all the way across because water doesn't have anything. If you had a soda, if you had some coffee, if you had some juice, you might want to look at some of that information and see what is out there for that. You would do it the exact same way. Okay, so what about snacks? Snacks is an area where we often forget our information. So one of my favorite snacks to eat are raw almonds. I love almonds. Really good. Good for you. Probably not if you eat too many of them, but in general, a little handful can't hurt. So down here in snacks, I'm going to simply put raw almonds. And now, it's important to note, the reason I put raw almonds here is if my almonds were covered in like salt and sweet or teriyaki flavored or whatever the million options that I have for flavored almonds, that changes the value. And you should know that. All the different flavors of chips and snacks that you have, those different flavors carry with them different nutritional information. So it is in your very best interest to make note of that information. But again, I like raw almonds, and the serving size here was a 1/4 cup, and that's actually exactly how much I had, 1/4 cup. So I put that in, and then all my information is pretty easy. Total fat, 14 grams. Cholesterol, 0 milligrams. Sodium was 0 milligrams. Total carbohydrates was 6 grams. And last but not least, protein is going to be 6 grams. It's that easy, everybody. Okay? So it's really, really easy to put this information in. Okay? on the bottom here, and I forgot to add this in the original, so I will go back and correct that for you. What I want to do is go ahead and get a column. We'll say Control B, Control U, and we want totals. Okay, so over here, so far, servings wise of everything, it looks like I have had 3 plus 3 is 6 plus 2 is 8. So I've had 8 1/4 cups of food up to this point. Over here, I've had 25.5 grams of food. I've had 40 milligrams of cholesterol. I have had, wow, 800 milligrams of sodium. I have had, let's see, that would make 138 grams of carbohydrates. And last but not least, 16, that's going to be 28 grams of protein. Ooh, so I can see my big areas of concern are going to be right here. This is no good. Okay, way too much sodium. Okay, total carbohydrates probably getting pretty close. I'm just going to kind of look here on a 2,000 calorie diet. 6 grams represents 2%. So I don't know what. Let's see here. 138 divided by 6. So 23. So I've already had probably about 50% of the total carbohydrates I should have in the whole day, and I haven't even made it to lunch yet. So again, just a couple things to think about. Now, one important point, what if you eat out? So we're going to go over here and let's just look at, well, how about Chick-fil-A? No, let's do McDonald's. McDonald's.com. Alright, so I'm going to go into McDonald's here, and I'll ignore this. Fine, allow it. Oh my goodness, way too much spam. I'm going to go up here, about our food, and when I click it, let me see here, the nutrition calculator. Okay, and so I can see a few things that they've already got up here. Calories, total fat, total carbs. What if I come in and I like burgers? Let's get a burger. I'm going to come in here. Ooh, double bacon smokehouse. Yes, sir. That's what I'm talking about. I'm going to click that. Now look at all that information that just popped up. It gives you total fat, total carbs, sodium, dietary fiber, sugars. It gives you all the information. It's all on here. Required by law that they have this information. So you can, if you go out to eat, if you go to, say, McDonald's, you can find all the information. What you would do when you go back to your food diary is right here, let's say for lunch, what do we call that? It was a double bacon smokehouse delicious. Yeah, that's right. Double bacon smokehouse delicious. Okay. Double bacon, bacon smokehouse. Okay. Again, resize your column here. Resize it. There we go. And I'm going to have one of those, and then I can start filling out this information. Okay. Hopefully, this is explaining all the things that I need you to do. If you have any questions, you know what to do. Reach out to me. Send me a message through Remind. Send me a message in the Google Classroom. Email me. Whatever you need to do throughout the weekend. This is not designed to be terribly hard. It is designed for you to be reflective and for you to start understanding the components of our food. Okay, so I look forward to hearing from you. I hope you have a great, wonderful weekend. And if you need any help, you know where to find me. Talk to y'all soon. Later.